767 News. PM Skerrit speaks on Caribbean development through historic Grenada Revolution. Minister of Education applauds growth in French language, while 4 teachers are awarded for the advancement of French on the island. UNICEF ambassador encourages preschoolers to dream big. Welcome everyone, I'm Alicia George and you're watching 767 News. When we return, we'll bring you the latest news and developments happening now.
Be part of the excitement. Tune in to the Tiny Green Show every other Monday on Digicel Play TV, Channel 3.
Wash your hands. I am Adora Tuse, health educator from the Ministry of Health. Proper hand washing protects against the spread of many common illnesses and germs. Wash your hands often with soap and water, or you may use a hand sanitizer. Remember, clean hands save lives. Protect yourself.
A message from the Health Promotion of the Ministry of Health.
Welcome back. In tonight's newscast, the Honorable Prime Minister of Dominica, Roosevelt Skerrit, seems to have the ears of press across the Caribbean following his inaugural speech during the observation of Grenada's revolution on Monday, March 16th. The Grenada Revolution is observed each year on March 13th and marks a time in 1979 when the left-wing New Jewel movement overthrew the government of Eric Gairy, which had ruled the country since its independence in 1974. The revolution lasted 4 years when Deputy Prime Minister Bernard Cord staged a palace coup against the island's first left-wing Prime Minister, Maurice Bishop. Bishop and several of his ministers were later killed and many were imprisoned. In his speech on Monday, Prime Minister Skerrit said the 1979 Grenada Revolution that brought Bishop to power marked the most decisive fracture in the English-speaking Caribbean with the political and constitutional status quo. The Prime Minister said Bishop's perspective was completely different from that of the United States government, and perhaps the greatest tragedy of that historical episode is that we have failed to learn the lessons of that experience.
The Grenada Revolution on March 13, 1979 marked the most decisive fracture in the Anglophone Caribbean with the political and constitutional status quo. The greatest tragedy of that historical episode is that we have failed to learn the lessons of that experience, and even more disturbingly, succeeding generations seem to have no knowledge of what is, without question, the most significant historical episode in the Caribbean in the 20th century.
Prime Minister Skerrit said that it is necessary to have these lessons taught at schools across the Caribbean, stating that it would be a mistake to withhold such information from our children.
The most important lesson for us, the contemporary leaders of the region, is the imperative and the special responsibility to speak out clearly and indeed loudly against any infringement of the fundamental freedoms that our foreparents so desperately fought for.
The Prime Minister quoted the Director General of the OECS, Dr. Didacus Jules, who believed that the peoples of the Caribbean must learn to digest the pain as well as the accomplishments from the history of Grenada if we are to create a brighter future. Prime Minister Skerrit said the fundamental principle of putting people first has guided CARICOM's relation with Cuba and Venezuela and the region's response to USA's intervention in both Iraq and Libya.
We must maintain unflinching opposition to apartheid, colonialism, and racism wherever and however they are practiced. These values flow logically from the historical journey of the majority of our people over the last 400 years in the Caribbean.
The Dominican Prime Minister also stressed on the need for Caribbean countries to involve its diaspora in the development of the region, noting the need to simply move on with the process.
Today we must seize the rhetoric as to how we can mobilize our citizens to be an effective lobby in the diaspora to advance our approach to development. We must simply get on with it as leaders and people of the region. This will be even more meaningful if we coordinate our efforts as a region to sensitize and mobilize our people, whether in London, New York, or Toronto.
The Revolution commemoration was organized by the Grenada Revolution Memorial Foundation and Groundation Grenada and was directed on the topic, the Grenada Revolution, Foreign Policy and Development of Small Island States in the Present International Environment. And in other stories, UNICEF Canada's newest ambassador, Karina LeBlanc, on Tuesday, March 18th, wrapped up a visit to Dominica with her last stop at the Social Center Preschool. LeBlanc, who is a goalkeeper for the Canadian women's soccer team and Olympic bronze medalist at the 2012 London Games, said the visit to the preschool was special.
I was named UNICEF ambassador 2 years ago, and one of the first asks I had was to come back to Dominica because this is where I lived the first 8 years of my life. So for me, it was about tying in my passion to help save children around the world. UNICEF is the biggest charity around the world, 190 countries, and their slogan is "No child too far." And for me, I was that child that was too far. So for UNICEF was to come back here, just to hang out with the kids, see them, met them, touch my Olympic medal, and understand if they dream big, anything's possible, because I was them. I was that child running through the streets of Dominica, not sure what I wanted to do, not sure what dream I wanted to dream. And my message to them is that I am them, and they can be anything if they dream big, work hard, and believe anything's possible.
She said her message to the children of the Social Center Preschool and the various schools she visited was simply dream big and be willing to work hard to make their dreams a reality. The professional footballer said it is important that she motivates the students, as she too was once in their position and is now fulfilling her dream.
Though they don't get to every day see exactly what they want to see, they just have to believe in themselves. So every time I have a kid touch the medal, I have them say, I believe in me and I believe I'm great. And I think that's the biggest thing for these kids, to truly believe that they are great and they can make a difference in this world.
During her time on the island, which began on March 13th, LeBlanc met with the Dominica Football Association and the men and women under 23 national football teams. LeBlanc also visited the Northeast Comprehensive School, the Portsmouth Secondary, the Dominica Grammar School, and the Convent Preparatory.
I started playing football later when I was like 11, 12, so after I left Dominica. And that was one of my things, to come back here and talk to the young kids and, you know, tell them to get playing early, because sport teaches you so much. It teaches you leadership, it teaches you confidence, makes you believe in yourself. So I fell in love with football probably from watching my dad play, but when I started to play it. So it wasn't always football, but I knew I wanted to be an Olympian when I saw a sprinter many years ago win a gold medal. And it was the expression on his face that drew me in, and ever since then, that's been my goal, and so now I have one.
LeBlanc, who is the daughter of Dominican parents, Vance and Winsome LeBlanc of Vacans and Portsmouth, is the longest-serving player in Canadian soccer history, representing Canada for more than 15 years, including at 2 Olympic Games, 3 Pan-American Games, and 4 FIFA Women's World Cups. She helped lead Canada to its historic bronze medal win in the 2012 London Olympic Games. And the growth of the French language at schools and on the island was evident today, Wednesday, as 20 schools participated in the 4th Primary Schools French Festival. Each year, the Ministry of Education and Human Resource Development, in collaboration with Alliance Française de la Dominique, hosts a school festival as part of activities to recognize French Week and Francophone Month worldwide. Honorable Peter Saint-Jean, Minister for Education and Human Resource Development, who spoke at the festival, said its main objective is to highlight the French language and the culture and values of the Francophone countries.
Every year in the month of March, Dominica joins over 79 countries in celebrating Francophonie Month. As part of the International Organization of Francophonie, Dominica has embraced the teaching and learning of the French language, culture, and customs. And this morning I must say that I am heartened by the work that has been done so far at our primary schools in that regard.
The minister also noted the increase in the number of activities being organized during Francophone Month. Minister Saint-Jean said the Ministry of Education and the government of Dominica have recognized the importance of being bilingual and has therefore encouraged the teaching and learning of French on the island.
The importance of learning a foreign language cannot be overemphasized because there are obvious advantages in introducing the language at the primary level. Our geographic location encourages the use of the French language. In fact, Guadeloupe and Martinique are our immediate neighbors. And I believe that being able to understand and converse with our French neighbors is indeed an added advantage for us.
The minister emphasized the government's seriousness towards bilingual learning and highlighted a linguistic agreement which the government formally signed with Martinique and the French Embassy in St. Lucia to better facilitate the process.
The signing of this agreement
Welcome to Court's Digital World, where we have the widest range of digital products from the world's best brands, televisions, tablets, laptop computers, mobile phones, and much more. Connect, explore, engage.
Dominica. Cricket comes to Nature Island once again and Digicel Play will be on top of the action. The regional 4-day cricket match Windward Islands Volcanoes versus Guyana Jaguars comes to Dominica at the Windsor Park Stadium. Join us on 767 Local for a 767 Sports Special on Channel 3 from March 20 to the 23rd, 2015 from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Tune in and recap the day with sports commentators Joseph Thomas and Andy Carter. Also join us for our post-game discussions on Friday, March 19 and again on Monday, 23rd March from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Channel 3. Look out for the 767 Sports Special brought to you by Digicel Play.
Thanks for staying with us. The Rotary Club of Dominica is collaborating once again with the Centers for Hearing Care and members of the Rotary Club of Boardman, Ohio, to host its 4th annual hearing mission across the country. President of the Rotary Club of Dominica, Marie Jose Edwards, in an interview with 767 News, said the mission will be held from Monday, March 23rd to Wednesday, March 25th, 2015.
The mission is being held in collaboration with the Rotary Club of Boardman, Ohio, and of course the Ministry of Health that is giving us logistical support, as well as the Ross University School of Medicine. The mission is really in its 4th year, and the objective is really to provide care to persons who are hearing impaired. And of course, over the past years, we have been providing some training to within the health sector to ensure that the program is sustainable.
Edwards said the audiologists from the Centers of Hearing Care and members of the Rotary Club of Boardman, Ohio, will arrive in Dominica on Sunday, March 22nd, and will be on island for a period of 5 days conducting the mission. She stated patrons must receive a referral from their health center in order to gain admission to the hearing clinics. According to her, this is important as the mission wants to eliminate the screening process and focus on providing direct service.
Monday, March 23rd, we'll be at the Wesley Health Center from 8 to 3 and at the Salibia Health Center from 8 to 3. That's on Monday, March 23rd. In fact, the group is it's a group of 8, so it's being led by Cheryl Figliano, Dr. Cheryl Figliano, who herself is an audiologist and a Rotarian from the Rotary Club of Boardman, Ohio. On Tuesday, we are going to be at Portsmouth Health Center from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. and also at the St. Joseph Health Center from 2:30 to 5. And on Wednesday, we are going to be at the Roseau Health Center, and it will be from 8 a.m. to 12 noon.
Edwards said the mission will also host a clinic at the Roseau Infirmary. However, it is exclusive to patients at the institution.
In terms of the service that is going to be provided at the health clinics, the technical people will actually be checking persons who are hearing impaired to find out specifically whether they need to be fitted with hearing aids, and they'll also be checking persons who have already been fitted with hearing aids. In fact, over the last 4 years, the team has been able to fit over 329 hearing aids to persons in Dominica. So in fact, we are also asking persons who already have hearing aids to attend the clinic just to ensure that, that the technical persons there can check their hearing aids, because some people take out the hearing aids because there are some basic problems, and sometimes it just needs cleaning or it just needs to tweak something.
The project, which started 3 years ago, has been able to provide care to a total of 743 patients with 329 hearing aids fitted, and has transformed the lives of many Dominicans, with some persons hearing for the very first time in their lives. And in other stories, young people from secondary schools across the island looking for an opportunity to sharpen their drama skills now have an ideal medium to do so. President of La Cour des Arts de la Dominique Inc., Gloria Septra Augustus, has extended an invitation for new members to join the Joint Secondary Schools Drama Group. In an interview with 767 News, Augustus said the Joint Secondary Schools Drama Group, which is a project of La Cour des Arts de la Dominique Inc., consists of students from various secondary schools who are interested in drama.
The Joint Secondary School Drama Group started off after we really wanted to do it, but in terms of funding, we got support from Digicel when there was an initiative to give $10,000 to a community project, and this project was sent in, and we won, and we started the group from there. And since 2006, we have been doing drama with young people from all the secondary schools. We've done quite a number of things, to the extent that we've even done a movie. Now, we went for a little low recently, and we really want to come back on and do some things.
Augusta said this invitation is for young high school individuals between the ages of 14 to 18 who are truly interested in drama. She said the group has projects to carry out, however, there is a need for more individuals.
What I'm appealing to young persons who are interested in the group to come and join. You make friends, you make connections, and we don't just do drama. We get involved in other things that help persons to work as team. In fact, some of the pioneers, those who've started, they are so close together that just last weekend we had a kind of reunion, a camp for a weekend. That's because from drama they built that bond that is still there, and they want to continue in drama even as they are not teenagers again, but young ladies and young men.
Augusta stated the drama group hosts regular meetings and trainings on Wednesdays at the Alliance Française from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m.
We also have equipment for film, so even that is a possibility, because through our efforts and through the things that we've done, we have equipment for film also. So I'd like to encourage young persons to give in their names. They could call me at 245-9795, or they could call Miss Revere at 448-2825 and give their names, give their telephone numbers, and give an email address so that we can contact you because we have things on board and we are looking for young talent. We have some persons, but we believe that there are some persons out there who probably need to get that extra push, who need to be invited in.
The La Cortezat de la Dominique president said the group has seen membership of students from the Dominica Grammar School, St. Martin Secondary, the Dominica State College, Wesley High School, Goodwill Secondary, and the Convent High School. And in other news, 4 French teachers were recognized on Wednesday for long service and contributions to the advancement of the French language in Dominica. Pamela Bernard Samuel of the Roosevelt Douglas Primary School, Vanel Dura of the Warner Primary School, Gavin Laville of the Bellevue Chopé Primary School, and Matilda Toussaint of the Calibishi Primary School were all handed plaques of recognition for their dedication in teaching and furthering the French language at schools. Alliance Française de la Dominique was also awarded for its contributions to French on the island and its continuous support of the government of Dominica. Director of the Institute, Stanislas René, received the award on behalf of the entire staff. Alliance Française is a non-profit organization operated by a local committee whose goal is the promotion of French language and culture in Dominica. There were several performances by primary schools across the island following the presentation of awards. And that's it for local news. When we return, a recap of tonight's headlines.
Be part of the excitement. Tune in to the Tiny Green Show every other Monday on Digicel Play TV, Channel 3.
It's March Madness at Courts. Get all for nothing and nothing to pay for 30 days. Plus, get mad deals all over the store. And it gets even better with one crazy deal every single day. So Courts is the place to be all month long for new deals every day in the biggest March Madness promotion. Don't miss it. It's gonna be mad.
Welcome back. And now for a recap of tonight's headlines. Prime Minister Skerrit speaks on Caribbean development through historic Grenada Revolution. Minister of Education applauds growth in French language, while 4 teachers are awarded for the advancement of French on the island. And UNICEF ambassador encourages preschoolers to dream big. And that's all the time we have for tonight. Until tomorrow, drop us an email at media@767news.dm. Friend us on Facebook and be sure to like our 767 News page. From all of us on the 767 News production team, I'm Alicia George, wishing you a wonderful evening and thanks for watching.
Boom, Miss and I, it's my time to get on bad when I jam in at everybody. Come celebrate with me, but if you don't know me yet, don't worry, man, we go take a jam in a party. Yeah, put one hand in the air. 767